Welcome to today's newscast, Internews. Today we come with the case of France's ban on veils policy. So today we will talk about one controversial case of Muslim people in France, how the French government is attacking Muslims, and the specific case of the viralization of the French Senate with the law that prohibits women mothers of children who go to school, and children cannot wear the hijab and burkini in the pools.
France, the world is watching. Muslim American rep Ilhan Omar posted on Instagram recently with a video of herself wearing her religious head covering along with the viral hashtag hands off my hijab. The hashtag created by American Muslim women to support their French counterparts spawned millions of videos on TikTok after France's Senate voted to ban children under the age of 18 and mothers who accompany them on school trips from wearing the hijab, and to ban burkinis at swimming pools.
Here we show the geographical representation published in a 2020 research article by Cambridge University. Shows France as one of the few countries in Europe that has embraced this discriminatory posture, banning the hijabs and burkinis all the country.
These provisions came as amendments to a bill that was previously voted on by the National Assembly and condemned by major French human rights organizations as targeting Muslims and violating human rights. Despite the outcry, the right-wing senators of the party Les Républicains decided to toughen the initial law.
While the secular law in place bans hijab in schools and for civil servants only, the Senate decided to ban religious signs for parents who take part in extracurricular activities, which basically means the exclusion of Muslim hijab wearing mothers from school life.
These new decisions came as amendments to a bill that was previously voted in 2011 by the National Assembly. The new version of the law creates new reasons to surveil Muslim citizens and restricts their freedom of religion, reaching an extreme level.
While the secular law in place bans hijabs in schools and for civil servants only, the Senate decided to ban religious signs for parents who take part in extracurricular activities, which basically means the exclusion of Muslim hijab wearing mothers from school life. But the new bill also prohibits burkinis in swimming pools and excludes any person wearing religious signs from taking part in a sporting event or a competition hosted by a federation or a sport association.
Lawmakers also decided to forbid burkinis in swimming pools and to exclude any person wearing religious signs from taking part in a sporting event or a competition hosted by a federation or sport association, in a context where the French Football Federation is the only international body to restrict women with hijabs from participating in sport. The Senate is amplifying the pressure on Muslim women who constantly face exclusion.
On the provision that prohibits anyone under 18 from wearing a veil in the public sphere to prevent the wearing by minors of any outfit that would mean the inferiorization of women, one politician who supported the point said that it is not up to the parents to impose dogmas on children, but this contradicts international human rights standards, which guarantee the liberty of parents and, when applicable, legal guardians to ensure the religious and moral education of their children in conformity with their own convictions. This is all the more disturbing because the lawmakers recently set the age of sexual consent at 15.
French women soon decided to create a French version of the viral hashtag Pas touche à mon hijab to protest a discriminatory and freedom-destroying law, as one woman wrote. More than 70,000 tweets pushed for Muslim women to be considered fully human and demanded that lawmakers stop making decisions on their behalf.
The provision received unfavorable opinions from the current government and the Law Commission, as French President Emmanuel Macron's majority party in the National Assembly disagrees with it. But the fact that they have been approved by one of two legislative chambers says a lot about how for lawmakers already are ready to go to erase Muslim women from French society, pretending to save them from oppression while banning them from activities is nothing more than denying them agency.
According to a study from Pew Research Center developed in 2010, 82% of the people who lived in France highly supported the restrictions on women covering their faces. In the research, France represented the biggest approval of the ban among all the 5 analyzed countries. In addition, in a recent report of the Financial Times in 2016, it was found that 6 years ago there has been little change in that national opinion in France, as almost 70% of women and men polled respectively continue to disapprove the deals. This can be concluded despite the poll focus on burkinis. Well, that's all for today's news. I hope it was of interest to you and see you tomorrow with the case of the woman who was beaten by her husband for not wearing the hijab. Muslim women are reclaiming their freedom over their bodies.